The first teaser trailer for Strange New Worlds Season 3 came out today, so I, of course, had to do a reaction to it. I've been missing Strange New Worlds so much, and I'm so excited that we finally have Season 3 on the horizon. It's apparently coming out in the summertime, allegedly on August 1st, according to some websites. But we have our first trailer now, even though we've already seen two clips from the show. We saw they were all turned into Vulcans, and we saw presumably what is the opening few minutes of the premiere of season 3 when they're handling the Gorn situation, which is a pretty big spoiler. I won't dive into it in case you haven't seen it, but you can see that clip, and it basically shows how they resolve the situation, not with how they get the crew back from the Gorn, but how they escape from the Gorn, at least temporarily. But yeah, this is the first proper teaser. I'm, of course, very excited for this. It's crazy that it's been nearly 2 years since season 2 premiered, and it doesn't really feel like it's been that long, but it has. And we were really lucky to get seasons 1 and 2 within a year, and we would have had this season last year had it not been for the strikes. But let's not dwell on the past. We have a season to look forward to, so let's get into the first teaser for Strange New World season 3.
We want to give audiences a reflection of their own world through the lens of fantasy. You know, science fiction.
Okay, like a bizarro TOS.
Let's hit it.
That looked like that Black Mirror episode.
Our reality's been changed.
I see it. I don't believe it.
Holodeck, that's gonna piss it.
Good morning.
That's Rhys Darby's. Patton Oswalt.
Your host is dead, and one of you murdered him.
Murder mystery episode.
Just in time, Bill. We're going to wire the Enterprise.
Hello?
It's for you.
Port thruster standing by.
What could the situation possibly be that causes that to be needed?
Indeed.
You only have one shot.
A zombie?
Hang on.
Gorn are back, of course. They love the Gorn in Strange New Worlds. I guess there is a Gorn.
You know, Mr. Scott, we make a pretty good team.
Okay. I guess Kirk is going to meet all the TOS crew in that bar on the Enterprise. Okay, that was very quick. It was only a minute and 3 seconds, but let's go through scene by scene here and break it apart. So we start off with like this film reel thing. Then we have Chapel here looking straight out of the 1960s. But it's like, it's not, this doesn't look like this is their interpretation of TOS. It looks like it's like some bizarre universe that they're in, where it's like, Galaxy Quest or something like that. It's not quite the TOS, but I love the 60s. Ortega's wig is horrific. My goodness. Kirk with the massive collar. That's great. And the set, I mean, there's like the things on the walls they look so cheap. I love it. And the levers, the massive levers. But it's supposed to be the Enterprise. So it's like an alternate universe Enterprise. The massive audio waves up there, and I love it. I love how it looks. I mean, I don't think this is not their interpretation of TOS. Obviously, I mean, like the badge looks different. Everything. This is some other weird universe, I'm guessing, and they're overacting to hell when they fall over. Okay, the holodeck. I mean, this is tricky because obviously the holodeck shouldn't exist in the time of. I know it exists in the animated series, but it shouldn't exist in the time of TOS. And it looks just like the TNG holodeck with the yellow grid. So how they're going to, maybe, I know time and time again they've said that canon to them is like a jumping off point. It's not like something they swear by, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't really bother me, but this is something like, you didn't need to have this. Unless you have a way to work around it, if it just feels like you're breaking canon for the sake of it. Unless, I mean, even if the story is really compelling, I'm sure you could, I mean, look at Subspace Rhapsody. They had an anomaly that made them all sing, and that's probably what's going to happen with the murder mystery episode that well, actually, no, because La'an here is wearing her like detective getup that we saw later on. So it's a holodeck episode. That's the murder mystery, which I'm very much looking forward to. I'm a huge detective show guy. But yeah, the holodeck thing, I'm sure it's going to piss a lot of people off. To me, whatever, I don't care. I'm not really bothered by canon to let it bother me. Obviously, Spock and Chapel together. I like this relationship. I like that it's seemingly going to go to the next step in season 3 because I think they have great chemistry. And with T'Pring now, where we left with T'Pring, Spock and her, they're like on a, they I guess ended their engagement, but they're kind of like on a break, but really, I mean, based on where they are in TOS, things never get rekindled. But obviously, things are also not going to work out with Spock and Chapel here. That was a big part of the in the Lower Decks crossover episode as well. But yeah, I'm happy to see their relationship growing, and a relationship for Uhura. It looks like some guy. I don't know who that's meant to be. If that's a character that we, I mean, it's not a character we've met, but maybe it's a character that is in TOS. I skipped over Rhys Darby's here, snapping his fingers. So either he's Q. Actually, he looks like. Look at the mutton. He looks like Trelane. Look at the mutton chops and the outfit. But if he's playing Trelane, Spock should know who he is. And actually, he can just go snap and wipe everybody's memories. He's probably playing Trelane. I love what they're getting Rhys Darby's in there. By the way, he's gonna fit perfectly with the tone of the show, with its sort of quirkiness. Looks like Mbenga with another lady that I don't recognize. Maybe that's after Chapel goes away to. I know Dr. Corby's in this season, so maybe she goes away. Oh no, it's a gentleman actually. A new nurse maybe, because he's wearing like what Chapel usually wears. Uhura and her new friend flirting. I like Uhura's hair there. It's cool. Oh, and Ortega's wearing a dress uniform in the background. And bartender with 3 arms. And then Patton Oswalt. I didn't know he was going to be in the show. They announced Rhys Darby's, but I don't think they announced him. But he's always fun to see. So I'm sure he'll be. And he's playing a Vulcan, or maybe a Romulan, probably a Vulcan. This episode, I can already tell, is going to be an absolute amazing episode. You know, where they really like commit to a genre. Subspace Rhapsody was so great. And Strange New World just offers just a whole new platform to do Trek stories in, and they're willing to do literally anything. They're not afraid to break the mold, but also adhere to the mold in some ways, which I love. But they're ambitious, certainly with their storytelling as far as the boundaries of Star Trek typically go. Man, the outfits are just so great. Look at freaking Pike there. Looks like me in 30 years. That's a bizarre tagline. We see Pelia here is hooking up the ship to talk with rotary phones. I don't know, what could possibly force them to have to do that? I mean, there's a huge issue in the communication systems on the ship, and they have to use phones. I mean, it's going to be something like that probably. That's just weird. Maybe it'll work in an interesting way, but it just seems kind of bizarre, like kind of a gimmick to me. Scotty and Uhura. I like Uhura's new hair. We saw that in one of the clips earlier this year. And Scotty, I love Martin Quinn, I believe the actor's name is. I think he left such an impression of Scotty in the finale of season 2. I can't wait to see him. I think he's, other than James Doohan, the best Scotty we've had. I think he perfectly embodies like a younger version of Scotty, but still has the sort of quirkiness of Scotty, but doesn't quite have the confidence of an experienced Starfleet officer because he's much younger. But I think he's great. Classic Pike. It looks like maybe Thanksgiving, serving dinner there, and some weird new ship. I don't know what species that is. And a Klingon here whipping another Klingon that's like a zombie, and Benga running away. This is from the premiere episode, I'm assuming. It's got to be the premiere episode with the Gorn. And here's the actual big Gorn, a massive firefight, action. And this was actually from the end of season 2, wasn't it? I think. And then Kirk and Scotty meeting. I'm looking forward to seeing their interaction. You know, I've said many times that Paul Wesley as Kirk is not really blowing me away, but I like him. I just don't think they haven't quite figured out a way to make his Kirk stand out yet. But that may come in this season. I hope it does, because I think he's a good actor. I just don't think they've quite nailed him as Kirk yet. But that could change very easily. But that was a fun little teaser. I mean, it was a very little, bite-sized amount. But I'm so looking forward to this season. I mean, it's only 4 months away. Can't wait. I need my fix of Strange New Worlds. And this scene looks like it's going to be as wacky and bizarre as ever, which is what I go to Strange New Worlds for. So let me know what you thought of the teaser, as always. What anything you caught here that I missed? I'm sure there's a million of things. And what you're looking forward to most. The murder mystery episode, the weird retro sci-fi episode. I'm sure there's lots of stuff we have no idea what's coming. Trelane potentially showing up. holodecks. But it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, let me know what you think. As always, to get the conversation going. And if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. And I will see you next time.